Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for F1 Manager 2023 as we continue our run here with Alfa Romeo in our first season. Coming up on our 10th race overall in Austria, so we're not even halfway through the season yet, but I feel like we've made some good overall progress. I mean, our money's a little bit tight right this moment, which is a little scary, but we're about to get to the end of the month. We'll get some new influx of money there. We might have to hold off on a little bit of what I'm trying to say, a little bit of our intense research, our intense designs that I was planning on doing, but that's okay because I'm trying to do a full round of intense designs. We've done the underfloor, we've done the rear wing, still got obviously the other 4 left to go, but those were 2 of the expensive ones for sure. And then we're going to start doing some research, which will be quite a bit cheaper overall. So I think if we can get over this little bit of a hump of trying to get these intense ones done, I think we'll be okay in the long run. But anyway, let's keep pushing forward. We're about to get our front wings done. We've got some contracts ending, 6 months left. I mean, we don't care about you. We've already got a replacement for you. We do need to get a replacement for this guy, though. Head of aerodynamics. We'll do some scouting. I don't think we've done any scouting on head of aerodynamics yet, have we? I'm wrong. We did actually go look at this guy. These guys are not interested. This guy. Oh, I think we went after this guy and he said no. Now I remember. We can't afford you right now, so we'll come back to you, my friend. It's not race day, is it? Thought we got... What? Something's bugging. We're going to load this again and hope that this loads us up before that. Because it didn't let me pick my sponsor stuff again. Really weird. Like, I'm losing my mind, aren't I? Yeah, we didn't get the pause for the manufacturing wing complete 2 days ago. Or was that just one? Oh, that was probably just one of them. Okay, I'm not completely crazy. Yeah, we're still more coming. We only get the pause when we finish the full set. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. How many did we actually get? We did get 2, so we could put 2 on our car number 1 here and give him a decent little boost here. I don't think we risk putting this one on car number 2 because there's only one of them. But we'll go with that on car number 1. Let me just make sure everything's kind of where we want it to be. I'm happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Yep, that looks good. And that looks okay for now. I mean, I guess if we've only got one, we might as well just put the better one on. This guy. I mean, I could put this on... You know what? We're not going to be able to swap it anyway. We'll put that on both cars. It's going to be okay. Alright, that all looks good. I don't know why I'm keep hitting something that's not letting me get the performance targets, but I will try to figure it out. Obviously, it's probably me doing something wrong, is quite frankly. So 13th or higher is what we're looking for. 15th or higher for finishing. We already got the finished position there. 14th or higher. Okay, fair enough. 2 drivers, 14th or higher. Unlikely. We will say Q2. 1 driver hits Q2. I'm not going to hit Q3. We got to be a little bit more cautious with our money right this second. Now we can go to the race weekend. All right, let me go get a practice and qualifying done, and I'll bring you guys back for the race. All right, we made it through qualifying. I did forget this was a sprint weekend, so I didn't quite do my practice session right. We only got to 91%, I believe, on our setup for Bottas for sure. I can't remember what we got for Piastri, but we did get to Q3. We were able to kind of game the fact that there was a little bit of rain, so we were able to sneak out a fast lap before the rain came, and nobody else. And by the time everybody else got out there, the rain had come, and they weren't able to get their laps in. So we were able to sneak into Q3. Unfortunately, we were not able to get higher than 10th in Q3, but that's okay. Q3 is already a nice plus. Thankfully, no rain for Saturday or Sunday. We do have the sprint coming up here in just a moment. 87% set up on Piastri. Oof. That's not good. But, I mean, it's just going to have to be what it is. Totally forgot that we had the sprint coming up on this weekend. But, honestly, with our setups being as low as they are, our track optimization being as low as it is, our car part knowledge being as low as it is, I might run some suboptimal parts and just accept that we're not going to do good in this run. I mean, I'm not going to run damaged parts necessarily. Not for the race itself. Sorry, I forgot to swap this over. But I might run that like 64% engine from Bottas or something like that. Yes, I would love to get a better position, to be perfectly honest, but I just think we're in a bad place overall. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. It really depends on how this ends up. I mean, this practice session is really just here to get these other things up a little bit. We're not going to be able to get any more satisfaction out of this, unfortunately. So we're just going to sim this real quick, move on to the sprint, and see what we can do there. I mean, the sprint's really going to be telling of what we actually end up doing. Maybe what I do, because it's potentially worth some points and it's not going to run our engine down too much, is I put on like our best stuff for the sprint, and then we let that help us determine what value there is in putting something different on for the race itself. I mean, starting at 10th, I mean, it's very unlikely that we're going to be able to move up to 8th, but stranger things have happened. So I think we were going to just put the best engine on here. I think I'm even going to put on a better gearbox. Not that it really matters that much. Okay. I'm happy with that, I think. It's actually faster to run the mediums. Interesting. Can I run these a little bit? Yeah, I could push them a little bit. Maybe not the entire time. But we'll run that so we can see the line for that. More than likely, we'll drop off a little bit in a couple spots. Make sure we kick off fast from the beginning. And yeah, let's go get this sprint started. I genuinely have no expectations here.
We're all ready to go for the sprint. And it's lights out and away we go.
All right, Bottas, show us what you got.
And remember to use overtake.
If I never unpause, does he never hit these cars? If I never unpause, he never hits the cars. Just that's. Oh, did he squeeze through the hole? I didn't think he was going to fit through there. I thought he was going to crash and ruin some stuff quick in a hurry. Okay. Well, that was unexpected. And we're getting a red flag. Red flag, first corner of the sprint. That's insane. Does it skip you up a few laps?
This was at turn 1. Not a lot of wiggle room here. And there the
Oh my goodness. So bad.
After that, it seems the drivers are okay.
Wow.
It's not going the way that
Wow. Oh my goodness. No, we're basically starting the same spot. I mean, we could put some fresh mediums on, but we're going to need those for the race well, Yeah, there's no point in swapping these. There's just no value. I mean, I could, but why? They're literally brand new. I mean, his are still at 100. That was okay. Well, one guy's out. Potentially some of the other ones are going to be slower.
Standing restart now for the sprint.
Everything's set the way I had it.
Lights out.
They are. All right, we'll try this again. As scary as that was. Come on, let's get through this first turn. We did it. We did it, team. Oh, goodness. Oh, I remember this track. This track is... Yeah, this is actually a pretty decent track for, like, doing some good overtakes because of that extra long DRS zone.
The race is not over.
Lovely stuff.
You're doing very well at the moment. P11 at the moment, P11.
Sweet.
Good job, keep pushing.
I mean, obviously we're in a nice position here, but I don't think we're lasting 24 laps in this position. All right, well, that's our first lap. I will bring you guys back if anything else crazy happens. All right, we have just a lap and a half left to go here, and there have been a few more accidents. So things have happened. Plus a lot of the guys that actually pit when we had these accidents, because we actually had a yellow car come out. The guys that pit for these accidents, these guys down here, for example, they do have fresher softs, but they have not been able to catch up. So I think it was a mistake for them to pit. I'm glad we did not, because we are currently in 5th place. Now we have some fast cars right on our tail, but I think there's a chance we could get this. He's very high. I'm going to have him always defend. I'm going to tell him to full deploy, and we're just going to go crazy here. You're not going to do much here. I mean, you can honestly go neutral for now. I mean, you're not going to gain much anyway, so nothing to worry about there. Let's see if we can finish this off. Can we finish off with 5th place? Last lap. Come on, come on, come on. Hold it. That DRS. Let's go watch this, because that DRS is really strong. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope, nope. We're not going to hold it. We're not going to hold it. Oh, how did we... How is that even possible? We got nothing left in the tank, though. Nothing left in the tank. There's no way we hold on to this for these last 2 laps, or 2 turns, is there? Nothing left in the tank. Yeah, there they go. There they go. Okay. Can we hold on for just a fraction of a second? At least get 6th? I don't know. I mean, thankfully, none of these guys are guys we're competing against with points. We got it. We got some points, guys. We got some points in a sprint, of all things. That's impressive. I think if I'd managed my ERS slightly better, but honestly, if I'd managed my ERS slightly better, he probably would have passed us in the DRS zone anyway. So I think he was destined to pass us either way. But the fact that both of them didn't pass us, I think, is what we got to be thankful for. Nice. That was unexpected.
Well done, Valtteri Bottas. A points finish in today's sprint.
I imagine they'll roll up their sleeves now and make sure their next performance goes even better.
I mean, a lot of luck went our way on that one. That was not a little audio bug. That was not a we just did amazing. I mean, we did amazing by taking advantage of the issues, I guess, but definitely was not a, I don't think I would put too much stock in us, like, being the reasons that happened. I mean, then the question becomes, do we run the good engine? I mean, we're starting in 6th. Do we run the good engine? I think we do run the good engine. I mean, you've only got one engine anyway. You've only got one ERS. And you're on, I mean, yeah, we just run what we got, I think. We do need to pick our strategy, though. I haven't even looked at what's good for this racetrack. 27-second pit time. Oh, wow. That is harsh. I mean, the spread between soft and medium and then medium to hard is virtually identical, honestly. So, that's interesting. All right, well, let's just play around with some of these and we'll see what they look like. Okay, so this is as good as that one's going to get. Then we've got a single pit. Literally already bad. And then we've got this double pit, which we can go a little bit aggressive on the first one. Probably go pretty hard on the second one and a little bit on the third one. Something similar to that, probably. I mean, we'll have to taper off a little bit in a couple spots, but for the most part, that's what that would look like. I mean, that's definitely the best of all of these. And I don't think, I mean, that's not even pushing very hard. So if we were to sneak in some softs and stuff like that, I don't think it will make enough of a difference here. The only thing that we don't have 2 hards, do we? No, okay, I didn't think we did. No, I think this is our strategy. I mean, this is going to have to be our strategy. And you're going to run the same strategy. We'll set it up literally the exact same way. And again, we won't be pushing the entire way. We'll have to kind of go below these levels for a few laps here and there. All right, let's see what these guys can do. I didn't think this was going to be a good weekend for us, to be honest.
Here among the Austrian mountains,
I am pleasantly surprised.
it's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away
I mean,
we go.
even if we did poorly in the race, because we got points in the sprint, I'm surely the board is like happy with that, right? I actually don't know how they react to that, or if they only look at the Grand Prix itself. That's what this is called, right?
Overtake button.
The first one's the sprint and the second one's the Grand Prix. Is that how that, or did I just make that up and pull it out of nowhere? I actually don't know. All right, I'll bring you guys back if anything crazy happens in this one, just like in the sprint. Well, I told you I'd bring you back if something happened. Piastri's out, and we couldn't even get a pit in. So, oh man, if we miss the pit championship thing because we just couldn't get a pit in on several races, because I know we're the fastest. We are the fastest team by far, but we have to be able to have a pit to be able to be the fastest. Oh, it's so frustrating. I don't know how much damage is done to his car. I'm scared to look. Oh my goodness, this game sometimes, guys. This game. Let's see if Bottas can get us some points, though. We'll be back. We'll be back. All right, we did end up in 12th in the race. Technically, we finished 11th, but we did have like 10 laps to go. Us and Hulkenberg just clipped each other, and I guess they blamed it on us, so we took a 5-second penalty. Unfortunately, I mean, there's no points there, obviously, but still would have been nice to finish 11th. The other bad thing is that I think our second pit for Bottas was really bad. So hopefully, I think the first one was good. Yeah, the first one was the best. We just we didn't get the second pit at all. I mean, which is just frustrating. We know we are by far the fastest pit stop crew by 2.2 seconds, yet we can't get 2 pit stops in a race anymore for whatever strange reason. Oh my goodness, this is such a garbage lately, but we still got time. It's just we should have passed them a long time ago. Oh well. All right, a time to see. I think this is gonna be one of the worst damages we've got for Piastri. I think this is gonna be bad. There's our race simulator. Oh, a little performance boost for our aerodynamics guy. And our backup that we don't care about. Oh, I don't want to look at this. Okay. He just destroyed his gearbox. I mean, the engine's down a little bit. I mean, he's still got an engine. He's still got an ERS. We're definitely going to, I mean, it's just money. We're just throwing money away because that's what we do best. Oh my goodness. Oh well, we'll get through it. It is what it is. Board obviously pretty happy with that weekend. Got a little bit more smooth. Actually, 2 points of smoothness for Piastri. That is awesome. That is a big pickup for him. One highlight there. I mean, other than getting some points, which obviously is good. I'm not trying to complain that we don't get, that was just a woe is me bad weekend altogether, but we did pick up some points. But in fact, we've got a pretty insurmountable lead over AlphaTauri, Williams, and McLaren, unless they just get crazy points somewhere. But it's still just frustrating to lose money like that. And we just got the turnover of the new month, so not much we can do there. Obviously, we're replacing the side pod here. And then car number 2. Can we just rest car number 2 the rest of the season? Boy. All right, I guess we've got this one. We need more chassis because we're down to 2. Front wing. Yeah, you're still using this one, which is not ideal, but gonna have to be. I'm probably gonna drop you down to the rear wing too, because I really don't want to spend money on a rear wing up here. And then suspension. All right, well, this is gonna go on car 1. I guess you can take this one. And we'll go with that. Powertrain. Down to our last powertrain for him. We're definitely going to have to craft more of those. ERS, obviously, it's not going to last forever. Engine. This is our good engine. Which obviously we're going to have to craft one of those. I mean, we knew we were going to have to craft one of those. It just looks like it's going to come sooner than I had hoped. I mean, wrecks are so bad. I mean, you can do everything else right, and then you get a crash, and it just, all your plans go down the drain. We're still manufacturing one front wing, and then we've got a couple more suspension coming out. How many front wings does that give us, actually? That'll give us our 4th front wing, so we might be able to swap him up to that one. That'll give us 2 and 2. I mean, I'd prefer 6 total, but we are going to try and get more front wings at some point. Speaking of, that's probably what we're going to be intense researching next. Not researching, sorry, designing. With CFD hours? I don't remember if I ever did CFD hours for the wings. I think we do CFD hours for the front wing and the suspension. And I think we'll be happy with that. All right, put a bunch of points into that. Next, lower the lifespan. Lower the sensitivity. That's not what we're shooting for here. Brake cooling we'll come back to brake cooling, but more or less we just need big boosts and medium speed and low speed. We're up to 10th on high speed, which is insane. So high speed can drop, even if it drops a couple slots, if that helps the other ones go up a little bit. Preferably a little bit more on our low speed. There we go. Moves up potentially 4 spots on low speed. So that gets us 11th, 11th, and 12th. I don't think there's a way for us to lose only 1. Yeah, that's fine. And then, do we want to do anything with the brake cooling? We're actually gaining a couple spots with the brake cooling with this. Truth be told, this is not the part that's going to be primarily used for brake cooling. So I think we just drop this all the way down. We'll still pick up a couple percentage points, which is awesome. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong car. We'll put you there. So it's a little nudge down. So we're still gaining something. Not much. And potentially gaining a tiny bit more in some of those other ones. No, I think this is good. I think this is good. Small edge in brake cooling. Tiny dip in high speed, but that's okay. And then decent chunk of slow speed and medium speed overall. I think I like this part. And ideally, this will be an intense one. "45 days. That actually gets us 2 parts for Zandvoort. Just as it with 1 engineer. We couldn't get it sooner, right? 45. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to get it before Spa. So, all right, we'll go with 1 engineer here. Intense. A lot of money. Maybe it's crazy, but that's halfway through our intense, though. We only have 3 more intense pieces that I want to craft, and then we're going to do research, and research is a lot cheaper. So if we can make it through these next 3, then I think we're going to be in a really happy spot. Oh, I do need to move some engineers around, I think. Let's see. Side pods. Can we add any more to this to make a difference? 7 day. Not really. Underfloor. 14 days. We might be able to get up. No, not really. That's only 1 more day. So, rear wing. Honestly, we're just going to put it on the thing that's coming up the soonest. Just to have something somewhere. I mean, it shaves off 1 day. Yay. And then we'll have those engineers for whatever comes next, if we have the money for it. All right. Pit crew training. Yes, please. We want to go... Check cumulative. Yep. Let's go pit stop time. Cumulative there. We still got some spots available. Of course, all this gym training makes no difference if we can't get a pit stop at all. Maybe 1 more. Yeah, perfect. This might get us under 2 seconds here in a bit. It's obviously weary, so we want to get rid of you. Probably you as well. That is right on the line. Perfect. That's under 2 seconds too. Is it still going down? Still going down. So as long as it's still going down, we'll keep pushing it. You need to get rid of that. Probably not gonna be able to do anything here except rest because these races are so close to each other. Yeah, I don't think we can even run a half one. So we'll go with that. We do lose a little bit between here and here because obviously they degrade if we're not actually training them. But that's gonna have to be okay. I'm gonna put rest here. I don't know what's coming up after here, just to be safe. I mean, I can go look. This is Belgian Grand Prix. I will confirm those changes, though. I'm pretty happy with those. Still need to get the errors down at some point, and we will. Once we stop seeing pick times changes, we'll start working on the errors. So after Belgium is what? A big gap to Zandvoort. Okay, so that's we have plenty of time. In fact, we can go back into there and safely. I'm looking for, sorry. There we go. Safely change there. Put this as a gym training because we know there's not going to be anything after that. Cool. I'm happy with that. Glad I checked. Let's go. Okay. Front wing is done. Again, I would like to get a couple more, but don't think we can afford it right now. Do we dare? No, I don't think we do. Not yet. I think we leave him on this. Well, yeah, I think we leave him on this lower front wing. Just let him use those up for now. He's not really going to be in a position to get any sort of, good points or anything like that. So I think that's fine. I do want to manufacture some more stuff, though, which would be what? Chassis, right? Yeah, we need chassis. Not the front wing. We already checked that. Rear wing. I mean, yes, I would like more rear wings crafted. Plus another side pod would be nice just for safety. Got 3 underfloor, or 3, yeah, 3 underfloor, that was right. And then suspension. Only got the 1, but we got more being crafted. So, looks like the chassis. Probably make 3 of these. Barely got enough money for that. Oh, we're going through parts like crazy. All right, race prep, forwards targets. I mean, we're still getting this right here. This would be some good money. We're not getting fastest lap, but we could get maybe 13th. I'm not gonna go higher than 13th right now. I'm not feeling it for some reason. Same thing here. We're probably gonna say one driver gets 13th. I'm just not gonna risk it because I'd like to get a little bit of extra money. Play it a little bit safer.
Welcome and come on in to the home of British motor racing.
All right, let me get through the practice and qualifying. Looks like there might be some random qualifying that could definitely change some things up, but we'll come back for the race day. All right, we were able to take advantage of better strategy with weather conditions and sneak into Q3, although we did not get past the bottom of Q3. We almost did. We actually, for a brief moment, were, I think, 5th in qualifying, but everybody else was able to sneak in one final lap in like the last 30 seconds when the rain got perfect, and they were able to go a little bit faster than us. So I thought we were going to sneak through even better than 10th, but that's all right. Q3, 10th, all is good. Piastri obviously last place because his engine is garbage. We'll eventually buy him another one, but we got to let the current one last as long as it can. We just got to deal with it. It's a money situation at this point, not a and nothing else. Don't think we're swapping any parts for either of you guys right now. So car setup looks good. Let's go check out our compounds. Actually, before we do that, let's check out the 21-second pit time. That's pretty quick. Compound performance. Pretty big difference between soft and medium. So we're definitely going to want to run softs if we can get away with it. Yep. Softs and mediums would be our ideal. Even if we have to do extra pits. I don't think there's any rain today, so let's just check real quick. Nope, no rain. Okay, so soft and mediums, which is exactly what we're looking at on this one. Is that the one we want? Let's go back for a second. I mean, either one of these strategies would be fine, but yeah, I think this one is about what we're looking for. If we were to push you back a smidge and then push you back something like that. Something like that would be okay. Let's update that strategy. Let's just play around with this one for just now. There's no way this one's any way better. No possible way. I mean, it's only an 8-second difference. So is the pit stop quick enough for that? I don't know. What we will do is we'll come in here and we're actually going to change this to a hard and see if that will let us push a little bit more. On this tire specifically. Barely, maybe. Barely. It's the same. So this one would just be probably a better strategy. I mean, these are very tight strategies overall. All right, one more attempt. Come down here, create this strategy. We are going to, let's say we started on mediums. Maybe we can get the hards to go like super fast. Something like that. Be pretty aggressive with the mediums and the... So this is 1958. What if we went the other way around? Nope. So it is better to go... Well, according to this, better to go hard with the hards. Alright, something like that I think would be okay. I would love to move this down a smidge, but I think we're just gonna have to play around with it. But I think that actually is, yeah, that's several seconds faster. I think this is our strategy. Do we flip-flop you and have you run the softs at the beginning? No, I think we're gonna go with this for you. You, however, probably will. Honestly, I don't even care what you do. I'll be perfectly honest. We'll run this one, honestly, and just let you just settle in. Settle in and just run your race. I'm not going to stress Piastri right now. He just needs to get through the races. So we'll go with that. At least that breaks up some of the timings. So this should be okay. Piastri just exists at the moment. I'm glad we have him, don't get me wrong, but his car is not great, and obviously he needs some more development. So I think next year he'll start coming into his own, but right now a little tough because of we just haven't been able to give him a good car. And of course he's running a bad engine right now, so it is what it is. All right, let's get into it.
The British Grand Prix is nearly hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Before I get too far along, let's run some of these and let's go. British Grand Prix.
Copy.
How tires is everybody else running? About 50-50. Pretty long track. Oh, it feels long. It may be misleading. I don't remember how long a lap is in this one. Yeah, 133. I think some of the other tracks we were doing were like 120s. So it's a little bit longer. All right, cool. Well, I'll bring you guys back if anything exciting happens. Well, unfortunately, Piastri did get last place. I mean, again, we're using a bad engine. It just kind of is what it is. But Bottas got 9th place. 2 points. And at the very last possible second, Gasly for Alpine passed Tsunoda to keep Tsunoda from getting any more points. So that was good. Worked out in our favor. But no, I'm pretty happy with Bottas picking up a couple points. 12th ranked driver overall. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Constructors, obviously, we're still solidly in 7th. Doesn't look like any... I mean, at the rate they're going, I don't think these guys are going to be able to catch us. But you never know what could happen on any given race. We have so few points that on any given race, something crazy could happen that could propel them up there, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. We did finally get 2 pit stops in a row for our drivers. One of them a sub 2-second pit stop. So even though Piastri is not doing much for us on the other table, he's doing some good stuff for us on this table, although it's not really because of him. It's our pit crew. But no, that's good stuff. I mean, Red Bull is still quite a bit ahead, but let's see, we gained 26 points on them, right? No, 16 points on them. That's only 16 points. So let's see, next one, if we gained another 16, we would be 90. So I think 3 more. If we did 3 races just like that, we should finally catch them, I think, if I'm doing my math right. So still plenty of time to catch them for sure. Of course, again, we still have to get people to actually do stuff. bot is picking up some money. I'm 100% a-okay with that. Didn't get fast lap, obviously didn't get Q3. Did pick a bunch of this stuff up though, so that's good there. Design completed for our side pods. Upgrade complete for our team hub. Some more development for our staff. And this red thing tells me that... Did we have some damage? I don't remember having damage. We must have... Oh, unless it's this. F1 in Schools Invitation. Our annual F1 in Schools World Final is about to take place. Blah, blah, blah. Staff development pause for 7 days to get some money. You know what? I'm okay with this. I do want staff development, but we've only got one staff member, or is it two, that we're actually planning on keeping long term. So their development being paused for 7 days. I mean, it's not much money, but I mean, every little bit's going to help right now. So grab it. I'm okay with that. Okay, we just had the rear wing fail. That's fine. Nothing too crazy. Team hub upgrade completed. Good stuff. Theo doing some good things on his side of the world. Regulation vote sporting changes. Pole position bonus points. Huh. In order to award qualifying performance, propose that a single bonus championship will be awarded to the pole sitter at each race. Oh, this is whoever finishes qualifying first, right? So you don't have to necessarily win the race, but you get a point for qualifying, right? Isn't that the pole person? My racing lingo is not great, but I think that's the case. I mean, this doesn't help us, so I'm going to vote against it, but I actually kind of hope it passes in a weird way, because I actually think it's kind of cool to get that extra point for qualifying, if that is in fact what that is. All right, side pods development is done. Let's come in here and get you a better rear wing. Good stuff. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so let me see. Still manufacturing a couple things, so nothing to touch there. We can start another development. We are so low on money. We've only got 2 more intense things. No, we still got 3 more intense things. I'm sorry, because we've done the underfloor, the front wing, and the rear wing. So we still have the other 3. I think we're gonna keep on keeping on with what we're trying to do here. What's the next most expensive? The suspension is the next most expensive. It's actually pretty expensive. What I might do is actually do the cheap one right now. Get us a little bit of money and come back to do the suspension later. Yeah, I think that's actually probably not a bad idea. Except that I wanted to put hours into the suspension. And how many days? 40 days. How many days do we have left? 56. So we could still get the suspension done in time before the hours clear up. So I think that's fine. As long as I remember to do it. This is the dangerous part about doing it this way, is that I might forget. But hopefully not. Less focus on engine cooling, more focus on drag reduction probably. From the chassis. I could be wrong, but I feel like something like that would be good for here. Because again, I think we're going to get all the cornering stuff from other places. So we're going to boost up the drag, and then we'll play around with the engine cooling just to kind of make sure that we don't either keep it the same or lose a little bit. Somewhere like around in this area. Let's start here and see what this looks like on the grid. So we gain a spot on medium speed, and we gain a spot on top speed. Like this does not help top speed, right? This helps other things. Yeah, that helps. That actually helps. Oh, that would actually be a massive boost to high-speed cornering. But drops our engine cooling a bit. I think that this is fine. If I wanted to move this up, does that really help us that much? I mean, engine cooling is currently 3rd, and I'm actually kind of okay with that. I think I'm just going to make it where we just technically gain some, but not really. And then we're getting another kilometer per hour in our top speed. So that's going to be helpful. And actually gaining some decent stats here. I'm actually not unhappy with some of what we're getting here. I mean, it's not a lot, don't get me wrong, but every little bit adds up. Again, we're going to try and do intense here. It's not going to cost us too much compared to what we have left. And then I don't know how many engineers, 30 days. I mean, we probably won't be able to craft it anyway. We will get it before Zandvoort. This is a 10-day build. So if we wanted both before Zandvoort, we would need it, which we don't. We're not going to get Piastri up there. We really just need the one. So no, just the one's fine. So I think I'm just going to put the one engineer for now. And I'll probably put the other engineers into whatever else is next quickest. Just to shave a day off here and there. What's the next one? Probably this one. Yep. All right, that should be all of our engineers. Something of that nature. So 4 parts and intents right now. Yeah. I think it's still the right move. Still got a tiny bit of money in the budget. Board should be pretty happy with me right now. Even if we just temporarily dipped into debt, I think they'd still be okay with us because we're actually getting points. And it really would just be temporary. Yeah, these last 2 intense things are the last 2 big purchases we're going to be making on the development side of things. We do, again, still have to buy the engines that we're looking for. That's just a must. I'm hoping we can buy a little bit of time. Start building up a little more money. We shall see. All right, 11 days until Hungary. Any development that's going to be done before then? We'll have the underfloor done, and we'll have the suspension built. So that'll help a little bit. Engineer and driver tension, really? I'm going to try to intervene, I guess. I don't really want his aggression to go up. There's our design for our underfloor. Pit crew's exhausted. I think we're okay with that. There's our underfloor, like I said. Which means we could fit in another design, maybe, just barely. Which would have to be the side pod. We barely have enough money for it. But I think we technically have enough money for it. So, and this is not going to be having hours either. Really still focus on air engine cooling primarily. And then we'll just kind of lower some of these other ones until things look okay, I guess. I don't want to lose engine cooling. I mean, getting back to third, is that okay? While gaining like a spot in medium? No, honestly, we don't need the medium. I think we're just going to lower this all the way down. If anything, we might grab a little bit of drag reduction. I think as long as we're gaining some engine cooling, I'm going to be okay with this. We're still getting a tiny bit of medium speed, technically. Third in engine cooling, is that what we want? I mean, I could go way down here. Still gain a spot in top speed, so technically that's going up a little bit. Still technically gain a spot in medium speed, so that's going up a tiny bit. But gets us back into first place on engine cooling, which I mean, that's the whole point of this thing. I want this thing to be kind of primarily engine cooling. I mean, is that the only point of the side pods? No, but I'm specializing them. And maybe it's wrong, but I kind of like the idea of specializing parts. I mean, truth be told, if this is our car right now, other than dirty air tolerance and top speed, we've got a really good car. Like, for this early in the season, right? Like we still have a lot of season left, and this started off as the worst car. I mean, yeah, we got to get the top speed up. At some point, we might worry about the dirty air, but I'm not super worried about it right now. Top speed is our weakest link. And a lot of top speed could just be handled just by putting on a Red Bull engine, quite frankly. But also a lot of our top speed is going to be handled by our rear wing, which we have getting crafted or getting developed right now. So this is kind of a misleading number. I mean, it's better than that, actually. I mean, obviously other teams are developing their parts too, so. No, I think something like this is fine. I think we're just going to keep focusing on the engine cooling. Engine cooling, I think, is going to be important for us in the long run. What do we got? 35 days. And this was a 8-day, so 8. Yeah, this is fine. This will get it done by 43. So we'll get it for Bonza. Technically, if we get it down to 30 days, 31 days, we can get it for Zandvoort. We'll do that. And we'll go intense. $3 million bucks. Leaves us with basically nothing. But this leaves us with one part. Just the suspension. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just the suspension left to do intense. I mean, the suspension is kind of expensive, but that is okay. All right, any manufacturing we want to do? Before I call the episode, let me wait the 2 days, get the suspension there, so that I can not forget about that. Okay, so it's not going to pass, which is fine. I mean, it was kind of an interesting idea, but it doesn't really help us anyway. All right, so suspension is done. Do I want to put this on both cars? I mean, honestly, not really. We're just going to make sure our first car is just in a good place overall. We are going to put this on the first car. It's a pretty significant boost. I mean, the engine cooling boost obviously would be nice for car number 2. So anything that's going to help with engine cooling, I might, consider, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I think we're still building chassis. Yeah, we're still building those. So that's going to help with that. Again, we already checked the front wing, rear wing. I mean, yeah, again, I just don't care. I'm just going to kind of ignore the second car right now. You can, if you lose this one, you can drop down to those. That's okay. Side pods. I do need to craft some more side pods. And more underfloors. Are we going to skip the side pod? I think I'm okay with putting this on both cars just because... You know what? Nah. We really are just going to make the car number 1 just have plenty of parts right now. Do I craft the underfloor or do I craft the side pods? Tiny boost to engine cooling. Let's see what these look like. Actually, car number 1 that only boosts high speed by a couple spots versus the underfloor. This boosts a lot of stuff by a couple spots, so I think the underfloor definitely makes more sense. We will manufacture... Do we have enough money for this? We have exactly enough money to make one. So I guess we will make one. Should I really be going this low on my money? Probably not. But why not? Alright, so we're getting it underfloor. We'll get more stuff later. Oh, and we do have suspension, so... Let me go here. Did I already put it on? I can't remember. I did. Good. So how is our car looking overall? And we're above average on acceleration. We're above average on DRS. A lot above average on DRS. Obviously, the cooling is good for us. Rank on grid. I mean, we're just... Yeah, I mean, we're probably... Once you factor in... I mean, the engine cooling, I don't know if that... I mean, that's not really going to help your performance. It's just going to help your engine last longer. Once you factor in the acceleration, the DRS effectiveness, then you take away the top speed and some of the dirty air tolerance. We probably are about an 11th ranked team, or like 11th ranked car. 11th or 12th, something like that. We're probably exactly where our car is putting us. I think that's fair. But I think we're right on the edge of being able to nudge up even further pretty quickly. So... All right, we're going to put a cut in there. When we come back, we have Hungary, which is our 12th race of the season. And there are 23. So this is literally, this Hungary one is literally the midpoint. So not bad. ATA qualifying weekend. What does ATA qualifying mean? I actually don't know what that means. You know, I never noticed these things over here. Balance circuit, power circuit, downforce circuit. Huh. Never noticed those. I mean, I'm sure that's what goes into telling you which parts are ideal. And when we get to a point where we can craft specialized parts for specific racetracks, that'll be fun. But not high on our list of things to do right now. Right now we're just trying to get a kind of a generic blanket of improvements across the board. Cool. All right. I do appreciate you guys watching though. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.